I made it kind of shorter, and here we go. First story. Crazy one.
Here we go. A German increases its military budget. Weapons company stocks rise by 85%.
Yes. Oh, boy. So, follow the money. Who was pushing this?
Mm-hmm.
Defense contractors. And what happened? Their stocks went ballistic, literally.
Well, this is
pardon the pun.
Part of the thing about joining NATO, right?
Part of the thing about, well, not just joining NATO,
right.
but because of the fact that, you had this pipeline that was about to go live, and they needed to protect that pipeline. On top of that, now you've got Russia, was quote unquote arming and build up on the Ukrainian border before this offensive had started a couple of weeks ago. But even in advance of that, they were working on trying to sell weaponry to Germany. That didn't just happen overnight. However, in advance of knowing that their new prime minister, and that's what they're going to talk about here, I believe his name is Axel Scholz, but the war is proving to be a lucrative business for, of course, the world's largest defense contractors. What a surprise, right? Growing militarization of, and this is, by the way, Left Voice, and it was ripped from La Izquierda, Diario Argentina. I'll use my little Spanish teacher voice there. Yeah, baby. Katie Halper would be impressed, I'll tell you right now. She does the little Spanish flair very well. Gotta give her credit for that. So
grassy ass. They knowed her.
Yeah, that's reefing his southern roots. So again, they created a special fund, and I thought that this was kind of like in them joining NATO and everything else, that they could not arm and militarize, but they've already increased the country's budget by $112 billion. That's a lot of money.
Ridiculous.
Okay. All right. And forces one of the most important imperialist powers in Europe. They become one of the most important imperialist powers in Europe and the world. So they're putting the band back together, it looks like. This Monday, shares of German weapons manufacturers rose upwards of 85%. Rheinmetall alone increased by 40%. Well, of course, they're going to get a lot of that domestic business, so that $112 billion is going to go H&K, who makes the MP5, H&K, right? Kraus Maffei Wegmann, Deal. All these companies are going to benefit.
Yeah.
Okay, however, it's U.S. defense companies, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, escalating is good for business. And is it?
So even
don't they both advertise on MSNBC? I believe.
Yes, frequently.
Yeah,
I saw Remington gave a bunch of rounds to Ukraine too recently, which I just thought was funny.
So of course, this is one of the offshoots, or what would you kind of call it? The in the backdrop of Ukraine, what's happening? Why is this happening? Yeah. What are the fallouts, and what are the casualties of this war that you don't necessarily see, and they're not actual, deaths, but they are alterations. They're careers ending. They're armaments of countries that had previously been disarmed, again, to the point where they're now going to make it a substantial portion of their GDP again. And it's been more than 80 years, it's been about 80 years since 1946. I believe that's what most people are probably looking back to. And Germans are saying, how long is long enough? We've rebuilt ourselves to become an economic power in Europe. And if we're a sovereign nation, we certainly, deserve the right to defend ourselves and to have a military accordingly. The problem is that a military that big is a problem, because they're spending that kind of money on a military, but also because, that's the history of their military, let's just say,
right?
And then aligned with the people right next door. That
did you see the meme that went around that, like, wait, let me get this straight. You want Germany to build up its military to go through Poland and invade Russia? You just I just want to reiterate.
Just
like,
listen to what
that's
you're saying.
What you're wanting to do.
Just listen to it.
That's what you want.
I hope it's not during the winter time.
Yeah, that's gonna be. You're gonna have to pass through a particular Stalin named city. That's
might be problematic.
There.
Might be slightly.
I don't know if you've seen Enemy at the Gate, but
Jude Law, right? That was a good movie.
Jude Law.
This is how they harden you and prepare you for everything, is they make a movie out of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So So
that's as well as Stalingrad, the movie.
That's what's going on with Germany and their defense stuff. Now, on top of that.